welcome back to the TBR jar picks my reads. So last month we did 5 books and we did pretty good. Last month, here, I don't know. So last month for our June TBR, we had a book you knew little about. And for that one, we did The House with the Golden Door by Elodie Harper. I rated it a 2.75. Which really sucks because The Wolf Den, which is the first book in the series, I gave 5 stars. Anyways, then we had a book cover that you hate. I picked Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. And we gave that book a 3.5 stars. Next, we had the Oracle Cards pick, and for that one we did The Inheritance Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And I gave that book a 3 stars. Next, we have a book from the seasonal TBR. We had picked the Trader Bar Cormorant. Oh my god, I say it different every time. And I didn't read that book. For the last and final prompt, we had Ends on an Even Number, and we chose Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I looked right here, like the book's right there. Yeah, that makes sense. And I gave it 5 stars. 5 stars. I was sucked in. I love that book. I now want to read everything by Carly Fortune, but at the same time I don't, because then I would have read everything. And I would be sad. So I did add a few more prompts since last time, and if we pull prompts from last month, then I will just draw again. I will admit I'm about halfway through the Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, so I really want to try and get the Burning God by R.F. Kuang on here, because this will for sure get read in July. I just would like it to be one of the books I need because she's a little thick. And I just started my new job and I'm doing a little bit of traveling again in July just for a really quick trip. But I feel like this is the book I want to read the most. So that's like the one book that I want to get into. So let us pull from the jar. Okay, so the first prompt is, I don't know if I can go in there. I think I have multiples. Okay, that feels like 1 is, oh no, it's 2. I'm putting this one back. Is, can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Set in a different world. Okay. I don't even know what I want to read this month other than The Burning God. Let me, oh. Yeah, hi! Let me go pull a few books and see what I have. Okay, Bean knocked over my camera, so might be a little bit in a different position, but so my first thought process was obviously fantasy. I feel like most fantasies are not set in the real world. Obviously, I want to read The Burning God, but I don't feel like this is set really in a different world because even though there is magic kind of in this and a war that has not happened in real life, I do think that it's based off of China, to my understanding. So I feel like it's not different world enough. Does that make sense? So, not yet, but your time will come. So I did pick up Starside by Alex Astor. This one is another fantasy. There is two sides of the world. So you have Starside, which is the realm of magic and immortals. And then you also have Stormside, which is where mortals fight for scraps of that magic. I am really interested in reading this, but also I think I kind of want to wait until closer to when the second book comes out, maybe. So, I don't know, but this was right here, so made it easy to grab. Next, we have George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood. I kind of want to read this, but I'm a little concerned because I never actually finished Game of Thrones. So we could also read Game of Thrones. I could read the physical. They do also have the book available at my library. So I could get it on Libby and put it on my Kindle for when I'm traveling. I just don't know. I want to read this, but I feel like it's not time yet. But I am really leaning towards Fire and Blood. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if y'all have ever looked at this. So there's the cover art or chapter cover. I don't know what they call that. But then there's also like art in this book. Hopefully that's not a spoiler. I don't know who that is, so I don't think it is, and I've been watching the show. So this is an option. It's a good kind of floppy paperback that I think I would really enjoy on my trip. I think it's also good to kind of give me some escapism at night. But I'm a little worried that this might be too heavy after finishing the Poppy War. So, we also have Heavenly Bodies. I think Mani Haru is how you say her name. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I do know the second book has been released, and I think the third book is coming out soon. It's a romantasy, so it gives us a little bit of romance. I don't know. Guys, if I'm being honest, when I was pulling these, I was like, yeah, I'll probably pick this. But then I remembered I have Fire and Blood, and I'm kind of like really in the mood for this, you know? I want to read this. Like, I want to know what happens in the show. I want to look at these beautiful illustrations and what they mean, you know? I think I'm gonna go with Fire and Blood. This is our first book for July. This makes me feel like a bartender. I've never been a bartender before. It probably shows. So, our second pick for July. I think. Okay. This is it. Guys, I can't make this shit up. Set in the real world. I don't know what to do. Because I do want to pick this up. But I don't know if this is really a real world. And if that's the case, then should I have just set this for the other one? Maybe I'll do a Carly Fortune book. Hold on. I think I have to go with One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I really want to get to the other books that she has out, but this one is small. It is easy to read, and it is set in the real world. So, I think our next book, I feel like this is easy. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I didn't even pick up the other one. For our third pick right now. Did I say I'm doing 5? I'm doing 5, by the way. Again. I feel like that was a good number, because I did also finish books that were not on the TBR. And I am not feeling like I'm in a reading slump. I just feel like I'm in a slump in general. And books have been what it's helping me. Okay. It is 1. So, let us see. Is it upside down? No, guys. I feel like this is too much on the settings. This one says set in a small town. Country. Wait, what did I? Oh yeah, countryside. I just feel like that's too many in a row. Of like set in, set in, set in. Well, it's my TBR. So, in the darkness. From like the bottom, one of like these smaller ones. Oh, one fell out, but throw this one back in. So, this one, God, if I could stop dropping it. Jeez Louise. What does that say? Enemies to lovers. Okay. I'm thinking maybe heavenly bodies. I don't know if this is exactly enemies to lovers. Well, let's see. So it says, in a world ruled by the cruel and merciless stars, Alara has been cursed by the fates. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, but that it will kill them both. So when Heritage, star of wrath and war, decides to wreak havoc on Alara's kingdom of night, she flees her home, only to be captured by the neighboring Helios kingdom of light, and falls straight into the arms of an enemy prince. Oh, I completely skipped that a second ago. Fearing that RT might turn his sights to Helios next, Prince Lorenzo is forced to train Alara as a weapon only worthy of battling against the tyrannical reign of the stars. But there are shadows even within the kingdom of light, and they threaten to reveal the darkness in Lorenzo's past and the ancient magic that slumbers in Alara's veins. And with it all comes an undeniable star-crossed pull between Alara and Lorenzo that neither can seem to resist. I feel like this is it, you know? I am feeling very drawn to this. What else could it be? Let's see. This is mainly all fantasy. I do have Thunderhead, the second book in the Scythe series, but I don't really want to read another YA series right now. I do have a Dance of Thieves up there too. I'm just not really feeling that. I could pick up Throne of Glass, but I don't know if that's enemies to lovers. I know there is a romance indie book. I just don't know for sure. Let me go pick that and see. There's nothing really in here that is saying that it's a romance right away. I don't know. I'm torn. Because I'm like, this one does say to an enemy prince, there is a pull between them. Or, start this, just a lot smaller. But I did also say I kind of want to read the Assassin's Blade before I read this. So I think I'm gonna go with Heavenly Bodies. I'm gonna go with Heavenly Bodies for enemies to lovers. Okay. These books are kind of thick, man. This one's, ow. This one's just a little under 500 pages, so it's not like super bad. But like, Fire and Blood on the other hand, like, these are thin pages. Like, thin, and there's a lot of words on there. And this one is just a little over 700 pages. So already, like, these two books combined is like 1,000 pages. And then we have our one little romance in there, but that's okay. I did just put a prompt back in here. But let's grab our fourth and second to last prompt. I think we're gonna go, that definitely feels like a bunch. Okay, I think this is one. Ooh. Which way? Oh! This one's fun! So, they spine a different color to the book. Okay. I feel like that's not gonna be a fantasy. I think it's gonna be a romance. Yeah, these are all the same. Wow, let me go pull some. I did not have that many books that have a different colored spine to the cover. One of the first ones I grabbed is For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. As the only second daughter born in centuries, Red has one purpose: to be sacrificed to the wolf in the wilder wood, in the hope he'll return the wood's captured god. World's captured god. Gods. Bro. Can I read? Apparently not. Next. Red is almost relieved to go. Plagued by a dangerous power she can't control, she knows that at least in the wilder wood, she can't hurt those she loves. Again. But the legends lie. The wolf is a man, not a monster. Her magic is a calling, not a curse, and if she doesn't learn how to use it, the monster the gods have become will swallow the world wood, and her world, whole. This could be an interesting read. So you can see the cover's mainly blue, spine is red. This could be good. This is an option. This is an option. The Trader Baru Cormorant, again. I'm not going to talk about this book. I don't want to talk about this book. I don't want to read this book right now, if I'm being honest. I think if I do, I want to immersive read it, but I think with the books that are already on the TBR, I'm not going to want to pick this up. So I think that's a no. But as you can see, this is like a baby yellow cover, very much different. The Favorites by Lane Fargo. Again, a yellow spine. Cover is a little bit darker. Could also be a really fun one. And last but not least, I have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Orange spine, blue cover. I picked this up last summer. But by the time that I wanted to pick it up, it was already kind of like too late for me to start reading it because I just wasn't in the mood for romance anymore. And I'm not gonna lie, with One Cold Summer being on my TBR, I feel like this is probably gonna be too much romance for me just because I don't like to read romance, or like romance, romantic-y, and then a romance. Like, it's still just too much. And if I'm being honest, I just don't feel drawn to this book right now. But the favorites. I know this is technically a romance, but I feel like it leans more on literary fiction than it does romance. And this, I feel like, is more of a winter book. Even though this one's about ice skating. But I think I'm gonna go with The Favorites by Lane Fargo. This sounds really interesting. I did just buy it recently. There's some mixed media in here. It kind of looks like text, maybe. The chapters seem pretty short, so I feel like it'll be an easy read. I feel like this will probably be really good also to read on my flight. But I guess y'all will have to let me know. But yeah, we are on to the last and final prompt. I still have not gotten the Burning God on there yet. Will she make it on it? Who knows? So, okay, that feels like one. Pet pigs! That's exciting. That's exciting. Okay, so hello, Miss Luna. Hello, Mr. Bean. Okay, so I have them in my hand. They're not even open yet. But I think the books that I'm going to choose are The Traitor by Cormorant, just because I do feel like I owe this book a chance. And the more I was reading the back, I was like, you know what? Maybe this will be the month. But then I also have The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. So I have two treats here, one chicken and one tuna, and we are going to see which ones they pick. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to move this over just because Luna is like right next to it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I did put that one down first, I think. But Bean has chosen this one. Yeah! Okay, come here, Beanie. Come here, baby. Oh. Okay. Ew, it's like spilling out. He's a pretty girl. Mr. Glutton had to get his over there. You saw Mr. Bean was the one that decided to pick our books, and he picked The Burning Side by R.F. Kuang. I did end up having to open the treats because they were like looking like, oh, I know what that is, but they didn't want to come close because it wasn't open. But I am so excited, as are the cats, that they both just got treats. So sorry, girl. You're going back on the shelf for another turn later. That is the end of this video. Here is, oh my god. Here is the stack. Oh my god, it's kind of, she's a little hefty. So, we have The Burning God by R.F. Kuang for a pet picks. The favorites for a spine is a different color to the cover. Enemies to Lovers, we got Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eru. I still don't think I'm saying her name right. I'm so sorry. Next, we have Set in the Real World. We chose One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. And last but not least, we got Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin for Set in a Different World. So, that is our stack. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I will actually read these books. They're a little bit chunky, so who knows? But we will see. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you want to see me reading these, just be on the lookout. Those videos are going to be coming soon. I am finishing my June video here shortly for reading books there. I did go on vacation for about a week, and that was where most of my reading happened. But I did read a little bit outside of that, so that video will be coming here shortly. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!